You're at the Watchman Way, July 10th, 2020, in our mobile studio, Sebastopol, California, my birthplace. I told you guys I'm headed up to the family ranch. The ranch has been in our family since the 1850s, just a few miles from Fort Ross on the Sonoma County coast. You know, the reception's horrible up there, so instead of driving up there and trying to find a spot that would work, I decided to stay down closer to town and do the show so we'd have good reception, and then I'm going up to the ranch after we get done here. So anyway, yeah, and then I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted. It looks like what I was gonna do was go to the ranch for a couple of days and then probably head north, but with the timing of my daughter's baby, it could go any day now. So I'm gonna stay, I think, close in Sonoma County until the baby's born, and then I'll probably head north then. I'll keep you guys posted. I wanted to start tonight talking about the virus and remind everyone that this thing is dominating the news, right? We know why it's dominating the news, because this isn't about the virus. This is about satanic pedophilia. This is about distracting us from satanic pedophilia, getting the world focused on this fake virus, the mask, the test, the fake test, the tainted test, the manipulated numbers, and they're scrambling to hold this ridiculous story together. We need to focus on what they don't want us to look at. Let's keep beating the satanic pedophilia drum. Let's keep posting those stories. Let's keep focused on that. Let's make them uncomfortable. And trust me, they're getting very uncomfortable. This is not going well for them. You know, with all the stuff coming out, the Wayfair CEO just resigned after, I think it was, I don't know if it was an article or a YouTube video, basically accusing them of child sex trafficking, and then showing an ad that showed a bunch of kids with a kid's name, and it was like thousands of dollars. I think they're in big trouble. I think that the plan has been brilliant. I think that you're noticing all this stuff start to come out, and you notice it's starting to build. Now you're going to have this story about Wayfair and child sex trafficking and the CEO resigning today. I keep saying, guys, we're at the 10th. I said around the middle of the month. I think this is going to go down before the 15th, the 20th, maybe at the latest. I think something's going down now. You know, again, it really makes no difference where it happens tomorrow or 2 weeks from now. It's happening. That's what the main point I want to drive home today is everything God showed me in 2014 is happening right now. The worldwide economy is collapsing. Anyone who doesn't see it, please get a hold of me. I'll point you in the right direction, because the worldwide economy is done. I mean, I could go on and on. I could spend 3 hours on the worldwide economy and why it can't survive. It's over. There's nothing that can save this thing. You know, President Trump's hinting about, you know, stimulus and big things coming, and people are going to be happy, and Sounds like a reset or Nasara to me. I think we're close. Days or weeks. POTUS is expected to commute Roger Stone's sentence as early as tonight. You know, that was a witch hunt on Roger Stone. I think they basically gave him a life sentence. You know, the guy's, I think, in his 70s, and they gave him like a 20-something year sentence for what I don't think anybody's ever served jail time for, a charge that I don't think anyone's ever served any jail time for. President Trump's buddy, they give him, you know, basically what amounts to a life sentence. Well, POTUS, he's not going to pardon him. He's just going to commute the sentence, which is saying basically, okay, you're guilty, but I'm letting you out because of whatever. You know, you're old and you're going to die, and it was. Listen, if he wasn't President Trump's friend, he would have got a slap on the wrist. What, you know, ridiculous. You know, the same thing with General Flynn. We know what they were doing there. It's obvious at this point. Trump associates were being targeted to try and get them to turn, and not to bring forward any credible evidence. They were trying to squeeze these guys to make up stories, to lie, to get a conviction against the President of the United States. That's what their game plan was. That's what they were trying to do. It didn't work. Chinese virologist flees Hong Kong, accuses Beijing of virus cover-up. We already knew that. Listen, it was either U.S. black hats or Chinese black hats that released that virus in Wuhan. And I think they even got video of the person that did it. And I think the person that did it was either connected to Chinese intelligence or the lab. You can't make this stuff up. POTUS to sign. This is a great one. Now, some conservatives may not agree to this, but it is brilliant. He didn't have to do this. He could have won pretty handily, but he's taking all of the power away from the globalists by doing this. He's basically going to give the DACA recipients a clear path to citizenship. Didn't have to do this. But think about this now. What do the liberals say now? How do they call him racist? He didn't have to let these people become citizens. He could have thrown them all out. And there's some conservatives that would probably agree with that. Here's the bottom line. We don't have enough people in our country to do the jobs that we need to do. We need some immigrants to do the jobs that it's hard to find Americans to do. And trust me, I went through this when I owned my own business. It was hard to find any Americans that wanted to give you an honest day of work. We had great experiences with Hispanic and even Ukraine, Russian installers. Guys worked hard all day long, you know, worked with customers well. So it's good for those people who've been strung along, who were political pawns used by Obama to start with. And now he's a hero. Think about it. What do they have now? What are they going to use against him? If he's racist, why is he letting these Hispanic, mostly Hispanic, people have citizenship when he didn't have to do it? A smart move, brilliant move. He's taken away their ammunition. He's leaving them defenseless. They got nothing. Liberal New York cafe owner terrorized by yuppie neighbors after claiming he voted for POTUS, for President Trump. So now the neighbors are terrorizing him. How do these people keep a straight face when they talk about, you know, being tolerant? And, you know, it's a joke. Tolerant only if you're you know, talking their language, if you agree with them. Otherwise, forget it. You're done. Listen, it's a free country. You can vote for who you want. Amazing. You know, my question is, so you got all these people, you know, I talked to a guy this afternoon, tore him up. You know, they get these little digs in on President Trump. He's this, he's that. You know, he's none of the things they say he is. And the things they say he's guilty of are, if he was guilty of them, you know, they're not crimes. What are these people going to say when they see Frazzle Drip? When they see Clinton and Obama butchering children? What are these morons going to say? That's what we need to start thinking about. Forget about all of the smoke screen, the circus they're creating about the virus and President Trump being a racist. And now they got a new one with the Russians putting out bounties on American soldiers in Afghanistan. Another wedge they're trying to drive into between Putin and POTUS because it scares the shit out of them that President Trump and Putin would be working together, because if that happens, they're finished. They can't be both of them. These guys are so screwed, and you can see it in the things they're doing. It's total, utter panic. Running around like their hair's on fire, screaming about anything they can pull out of their hats to get some traction, and none of it's working. And just think what's going to happen when the real stuff comes out, when the satanic pedophilia, when the real story in the world, the number one story in the world, finally takes center stage. What do they do then? This is over. They got nothing. They're going to run for the hills. Atlanta mayor set to reimpose lockdown as cases surge. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Defying Governor Kemp and President Trump. You know, it's a liberal city, so you kind of got to expect it. These people, though, are they're jumping on the wrong bandwagon at the worst possible time, because this bandwagon's about ready to go off a cliff. When the satanic pedophilia is the cliff, and once it goes over the cliff, it's over. It's over for the mainstream media. It's over for the Democratic Party. It's over for the globalist agenda. They got nowhere to go when it comes out. Nowhere. Reddit bans forum dedicated to exposing hate crime hoaxes. So I'm really not getting this. You want to stop fake news, and here's groups trying to do that, trying to expose people spreading fake news, and you ban the groups trying to do that. Do you see that they really don't care about fake news? They only care about conservative talk, Christian talk. That's all it's about. It's about censorship. Censorship of their political opponents, their political enemies, us. How do they do it with a straight face? I just don't get it. I mean, there's story after story after story like this that comes out. Oh no, we're not doing it. Zuckerberg, Bezos, Dorsey. Oh no, we don't censor. No, we're just trying to what? It's these guys got to hang. It's treason. These mega corporations were involved in a conspiracy to take down our government. They were trying to destroy America from the inside. Sounds like treason to me. Sedition, at least. Yeah, if it doesn't fit the globalist agenda, it's hate crime. It's fake news. And the whole globalist agenda is fake news. Where do you draw the line? I mean, people are starting to figure it out. Democrats are leaving the Democratic Party by the thousands. They're watching this. You know, most Democrats are moderates. I keep saying this. They're not monsters. They're not going to go along with satanic pedophilia. They're not going to go along with having their children butchered by these monsters. When it comes out, guys, it's over. There's no saving these people. They know it. One bank admits the markets have never been more broken. Five years ago, I said it was a mathematical certainty that the worldwide economy was coming down. God showed me this in 25,000 hours of research over the last almost 6 years. Showed me exactly what God showed me. Confirmed everything he showed me. The swamp draining, the satanic pedophilia, it's all happening right now. The economy's done. The bubble that President Trump talked about throughout his presidential campaign is about ready to blow. The only thing that's going to save it is a reset. Either he declares one on his own, or there's the reset with Nasara. There is a reset coming. Guaranteed. That's a mathematical certainty. This debt cannot be repaid. That's a good thing if you know it's coming. For the watchman, we're sitting in the catbird seat. Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, and Litecoin. If you have those things, you're going to thrive. If Nasara happens, you're going to thrive even more. Icing on the cake, guys. And I think it's happening. JFK Jr. too. I think JFK Jr. is coming. Remember, July 15th, 2016 is when President Trump announced his vice presidential running mate, Mike Pence. July 15th. It's next week. Let's see. I'll tell you, when that comes out, if that comes out, and I'm fingers crossed, what are they going to say about that? when they have Democratic royalty running as the vice president, or even in the administration, he's going to be involved somehow, I guarantee you. I think he's going to be the VP. It's a brilliant, I mean, my God, think about it. Think about that. Amazing. And I think this was the plan for 20 years. I think they hatched this plan 20 years ago, that they would get someone, I think they had Trump in mind, he would become president, and then they would bring in JFK Jr. in his second term. I think this was planned in 1999 or soon or earlier. I mean, go back and look at the 1999 George magazines. There were hints all through that thing. God. JP Morgan is now bearish, bullish, and neutral all at the same time. Oh, and by the way, buy gold. JP Morgan. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They're saying everything so they can go back and point to a quote in a month when this people are starting to point fingers. Oh, well, we told you to buy gold. Well, yeah, after for 10 years, you've been telling them it's a relic and not worth anything and don't waste your time. Now you're telling them to buy gold. That's what happens every time. Right before the collapse, they start telling you to do the right thing because they want to cover their asses. Now, nobody's heard them because, they're going to do it for a week, right? A week. We're at the 10th. Middle of the month, the 15th. I'm telling you, something's happening this month. It's building. I mean, something's going down. I think the whole Barr thing was to throw him off. He basically said, well, we don't want to do anything too close to the election. They're talking about Labor Day, right? Okay. Well, we aren't at Labor Day yet. This could happen next week. I mean, it could happen tomorrow. When I say happen, I'm talking about the swamp takedown, the pedophilia, the reset. General Powell stuns MSNBC host, rips the almost hysterical coverage of the fake Russian bounty story. So they tried to gin up this story again to put a wedge in to back President Trump away from Russia and Putin, that the Russians were putting bounties out on U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan, trying to stir the pot, trying to get that, Russian collusion bullshit going again. It's not flying because the commanders on the ground in Afghanistan say it never happened. And even Powell, who is a globalist, he can't go down that road. He's not going to hang himself, especially at this late date. I think everybody's starting to see how this is going. Everybody knows, all the insiders, everybody that's been in the game for the last 30 years, they know this is going down. They know the globalist agenda is going down. They know there are a lot of people going to be executed. They know it's coming. They're all trying to get their path to the least pain they can manage. Because they're all on the list, right? I mean, everybody that's been on that team, working for that team, the globalist team, remember, every phone call, every text message, every email has been logged since at least 2001, And I think probably it started with Bush 41's presidency, that they started this. All this spying on American citizens. Yeah, the deep state does not want POTUS-Putin alignment. Scares them to death. Just like us being united scares them. They've got to put that wedge in every place they can. Lancet Gate. Scientific corona lies and big pharma corruption. Hydroxychloroquine versus remdesivir, the medicine that, you know, Gates is pushing and Fauci's pushing. They're pushing it because it doesn't work. They're trying to bury hydroxychloroquine. I got to look at it to say it. Because it's cheap and it's working. They can't have that. That's why they're banning a lot of those. You saw the Democratic governors banning this. When have you ever seen that? A treatment that doctors want to prescribe, it's legal to prescribe, and governors are banning it? Well, we know why. Because they can't force a vaccine on us if they have a cheap cure. How are they going to get people to take a vaccine? That's why they've been pushing against it from day one. That's why President Trump threw it out there since day one. Because he knew what it was. He knew where this was headed. And again, now what are they saying? It's looking worse and worse for them. Because now all the fake numbers are coming out, and it turns out this stuff works pretty well. Very effective treating the virus. Now what are they going to do? This I do not see this going. I mean, people are saying this is going to go past the election. Not going to happen. President Trump is not going to allow that. I believe kids are back in school this fall. And I think this whole thing is blown up this month. Fauci warns of false complacency as the death rate is declining. Well, I don't think I have a false sense of complacency. I'm not afraid of the flu. I'm 64 years old, but pretty healthy. I'm not afraid. It's the flu. And I had a guy that I was arguing with, I was telling you about earlier. This is a fact. And here's this moron trying to argue with me. It's like, you can say it as many times as you want, but it's less dangerous than the flu. That's a fact. Even with inflated numbers, we know they inflated those death rates in the beginning. It's still less dangerous than the common flu. You can't change it. But and you could tell this guy was used to people just walking away, or he couldn't handle it though when I stood toe to toe with him. He was stuttering by the end of it. The facts are the facts, you know. You watch too much Fox News. Those are CDC numbers, buddy. I don't watch Fox News. They got nothing. They got nothing. When you stand up to them, they're sheep. They're blind sheep, spouting the propaganda they hear on CNN. It only works if you let it work. Don't let it work. Okay, let's see if I can do this without ruining my Becky, how you doing? Without ruining my studio here. Barbara, how you doing? Dennis, what's up? Tina, hello. Cecil, what's up? Jerry and his brother, twin brother Gary. Oh, and there's Gary too. Tiffany, what's up? Carla, hello. Sister-in-law Heidi, how you doing, Heidi? Hutwan, how you doing? Jason, what's up? Rita, hello. Larry, what's happening? Stephanie, hello. Tommy, hello. Tita, how's it going? Mark, what's up? Melanie, hello. Diane, hello. Aaron, what's up? Teresa, Wade, Libby, how you doing? My niece, Danielle, how's it going, Danielle? Arica, Deborah, Tony, Chris, how's it going? John, what's up? Patricia, Jorge, Aaron, Brother Dale, Jeannie, what's up? Ross, Becky, Linda, Tana, Mike Janman, guys. If you need your colloidal silver, get it from Mike Janman. Chrissy, how you doing? Kathy, Pam, Benny, Marin, how's it going? Penny and John, Eileen, Yacinda, hello. Robbie, what's up? April, hello. How's Susie doing, April? Dee, hello. Larry, how's it going? Roy, Christina, Mike, Danny from Canada. How's it going, Danny? Randy, what's up? Terry, what's up? Todd, Becky. We got no questions. Did I cover everything? Did I hit it perfect? Paul, how's it going? Roxanne, hello. Roxanne and Mr. Bandit. Nick, hello. What? Really? Almost 80 people and no questions. What's going on? You guys are getting too smart. What do we got for time here? Wow. We're ahead. Okay, guys. Like I said when I started, let's put the focus back on the satanic pedophilia. Keep posting that stuff. I'm amazed at the stuff that's holding on Facebook. They're stories that if you put them out a month ago, they'd have been gone within 5 minutes. And I've seen some stories that were those stories, days later, they're still up. I think they're being overwhelmed. I think they see they're fighting a losing battle. Keep the pressure on. Keep pushing the satanic pedophilia. Keep red pilling and preparing. Days or weeks left, guys. This could go down. It's so precarious right now, the economy. Remember, this could happen, and maybe President Trump wants it to go down in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. This economy, this worldwide economy, is so weak, it could go down any day. There's 50 triggers in the world that could cause the whole thing to collapse. So don't think just because maybe President Trump wants to get it down the road a little bit, that that's going to happen for sure. This thing is too big for any country to control now. It's like a runaway train. You can maybe steer it a little bit, might be able to slow it down a little bit, but you can't stop it. This thing's headed for the cliff. When's it going to come? We have to assume, because of the situation, that it's going to happen any day. We have to assume that. And we have to act accordingly. That means any last minute prepping you got to do now. Any people that you need to reach out to, do it now. We've talked about the people who are going to be susceptible to cognitive dissonance, people that are depressed, people that are suffering from anxiety. We got to reach out to those people. We got to check in on them. People that you know are having a hard time with this, give them a call. See how they're doing. Talk to them a little bit. Feel them out. No one should commit suicide over what's coming. Listen, we're headed into the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. Man's greatest accomplishment of defeating this evil, these satanic pedophiles. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Man's greatest age. We're living in the greatest 10 years in human history. Why would anyone commit suicide if they knew the reality of our world? The problem is, it goes back to the mainstream media. Because without the mainstream media being complicit, we wouldn't have this divide that we have. It's only because Project Mockingbird, they started this after the Second World War. They took over the mainstream media. They almost took over the world because of it. We came this close, guys. Well, I still got about an hour's drive. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here with our prayer for God and country. Amen. I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. From where? We'll see. God bless.